ceremonies.
Speak, speak a bit loud.
Yes, sir. Um, Understanding. Question number one. Why was TV coverage of the Olympic Games exciting?
Hmm.
Um, Olympic Games on television was an exciting moment, and they provided big screens, digital clarity, and bright colors brought in the opening and
No,
closing
no, no.
ceremonies.
This isn't the reason. No, no, no. This isn't the reason things are making them exciting. No. Anyone else who thinks that he has the right answer of this question?
There we
So
see
basically, the question is that
original
why
Sir,
colors,
was
correct.
but
TV
black and
coverage of
white.
the Olympic Games exciting?
Sir,
Yes.
because it has big screens, digital clarity,
No.
and bright
No.
colors.
No. 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 Big screens and digital clarity has nothing to do with the excitement of the Olympic Games.
Sir, because it has the original colors.
No.
Sir, we came to know the results right at that time.
Exactly, because of the live performances, the live coverage, or immediacy, you may call it
Yes, sir. And
immediacy,
the
and you at once come to know
billion
that
strong
who is
people.
winning and who is losing. You come
And
to
sir,
know about the results
billion
at
strong
once.
people.
That's why he says that this is it is exciting. Okay, so the live coverage is the right answer of this question. Right, the live coverage. Okay, question number two, Huzaifa Ahmed.
Yes, sir. Why was TV coverage in the past not as good, sir? As we already knew the results and the screen was there were no
Exactly. There was
colors.
no live coverage, and the people used to know the results already. That's why. That's why. Okay. Okay. Question number three will be done by Abdurrafi.
Okay, sir. This one.
Yes. Question number three, Abdurrafi.
Okay, sir. Question number three. Explain carefully in your own words why TV news is much better nowadays. So TV news is much better nowadays as it brings news from all over the world in front of our eyes.
No, it's not that one. It's not that one. Uh, Mubashir Hussain Sayyid, can you tell me the answer of this question? What do you think?
Question number two, sir.
Why TV news is much better nowadays?
Why TV news is much better nowadays? Because you had before you had to wait until the broadcasting was ready for screening in your country, and black and white TV was no fun, no fun, and
No, yes, yes, yes.
right, it brings
You are right.
digital
Like
clarity in
this,
your
the
country.
answer of color and digital clarity is the answer of this question.
Yes,
Yet now you have digital clarity, you have spectacular color
yeah,
scheme
because
of
you have
the
immediate
TVs.
responses, and like you didn't have to wait for the
Now, forget
broadcasting.
about the immediate responses because that was
Instead of black
available
and
in
white screens, you have
the
digital
time of
clarity,
the
bright
black and white
colors,
television. We
and big
had the
screens.
immediate responses, but now we have the color scheme and
Yes,
we have the digital clarity. These two
yes,
things are most important things.
yes, sir.
Okay, question number four, Noor, Noor Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Beta, answer a question. So,
Sir, because it brings news as it happens from all.
first read the question. First read the question.
Okay, sir. What does the writer mean by TV is truly international?
Hmm?
Because it brings news as it happens from all corners of the planet.
Yeah, that's right. The TV has become an international thing because an international object because it has reached to every corner of the world. Wherever you go, you find the televisions over there. Whatever the country you visit, you will find the TVs in almost in every second house. You find TV. Okay, and look for the languages. Okay, you know when a language becomes an international language. International language means a language which is understood, spoken, and written in every corner of the world. Which language is the international language these days? English language. And for the languages, when a language becomes an international language, we use a specific term for it, and that term is lingua franca. We say that English language is the lingua franca of present time because English language is the international language, and it is being spoken, written, listened, and understood all over the world. Okay, all over the world, wherever you go, if you know English language, you won't find that much hurdles because you will find the people over there who would be speaking or understanding English language. Okay, English language is the lingua franca. In past, we had some other languages also who used to be lingua franca. For example, there was a time when French language was lingua franca.
Persian.
Persian, yes. Okay, so you have different languages which were lingua franca at different times in past. Persian was, French was, and what do you call it? Latin language was lingua franca. There's no more, or a few speakers or users of Latin language are there now, present now. But there was a time when Latin language was a lingua franca. It depends on the original, the native speakers of the language, the progress of those people. Okay, anyways, so the TV is an international product now. Okay, it has become an international, or TV is truly international because it has reached to every corner of the world. Okay, the last question. Uh, Mubashir, do you know the answer of the last question? You were sum up the main points. Like, tell me some main points which you think have been discussed in this article.
Some of the main points were that in this in this Olympic Games we had everything live. It was brought to us at the time it happened. We had
Uh,
new technology,
uh,
and sir, we and the TV. It's such a innovation that if some people they can't go to the deep ends of the world, like some
uh,
things you don't know. It's brought to you and you know about it. You know about poverty. You know about
uh,
how excessively rich people are, or how excessively poor people are.
uh.
So it
Yes.
brings awareness.
Uh, okay, fine. Anyone else who wants to add anything in it? Any other student? Okay, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Look, the first point which he has discussed in this article about the TV is that television is now on big screens with digital clarity. Another point is we can see moments of winners winning or the moments of triumph. Okay, like the live performances are presented on television now. So number three, that we have billions of audience. Okay, and uh, the fourth one is that being part of an audience of billions enables people to share their experiences worldwide. Like you can easily share, like one experience is shared all over the world between billions of people. Okay, and another point which he has discussed in it is that we see that equal opportunities for big and small nations are found. Okay, we have big and small. All big and small nations have the same opportunities or equal opportunities. Okay, and one another point another point is that we have the live broadcasts now. Okay, and the next one is that we have the colorful television with different dimensions. The televisions are present. Mhm. The televisions are present with the color schemes, complete color schemes, and different dimensions. Okay, and you know that as I told you before that the televisions have become global or international. Okay, and he is telling us about in this article he is telling us about that we are enjoying the technological success now. Okay, we are enjoy because this the advancement in television is a very a huge success because you know that live broadcast, different color schemes, and digital clarity, and like different dimensions. These are the proofs of the success in the field of television. Okay, and this technology especially, and the most important, which I think, the televisions are have become the sources of the source of the television has become the source of news, information, and education also. It provides us information, knowledge, and education. Information, news, and education. News, like the news which we get. Information means that we get information about different things, like about history, about our traditions, cultures, and religions, science, via documentaries. You can watch the documentaries over there. Okay, and moreover, we get the education through televisions. Okay, these are few points which have been discussed in it. After this, we will move to page number 133 of the book, and there is developing your language using prefixes. You have two boxes on the right side which are giving you the definitions and a little explanation of about prefix and the suffix. You are supposed to read them by yourself because we have discussed them many times before. Prefixes and suffixes. I think there is no more need to discuss them. And there is some information under this heading of developing your language using prefixes. Read this all by yourself. Now, okay, you are supposed to read this by yourself about the prefixes and suffixes. Now, there is another topic on the next page, page number 134. This is very important topic, okay, and it deals with your writing skills. So I want to focus more on this topic instead of wasting the time on the explanation of prefix and suffix. We have discussed them many times before, and I know that you all know what a prefix is and what is suffix. Okay, so move to page number 134. The topic is sentence length. Before reading the information or the things which have been discussed on this page, I would like to talk about this thing by myself. Basically, sentence length matters a lot. Okay, and different writings need different lengths of the sentences. Length of the sentence is the same which you have. The idea is the same which you have in your mind. For example, it is the number of the words, or the length is a number of the words in a sentence is called the length of the sentence. For example, if a sentence is consisted of six words, the other one is consisted of 18 words. They both are different in length. So the simple thing that is the simple thing. The number of words is called the length of the sentences. But let me tell you one very important thing. When you have the same numbers of words in all the sentences in one paragraph, it becomes very easier. It becomes easier for you to read and comprehend it. Okay, because you find a rhythm in the sentences. Okay, so equal length of the sentences, they have importance. That has this thing. The equal length has importance, but if you have the variation in the length of the sentences, that has different kinds of effects. That is also useful. Okay, because it creates, like, for example, if you have longer sentence, definitely you have more explanation about about something. Short sentences don't give you a lot of plenty of explanations than the longer sentences, but the longer sentences do. Okay, they give you more explanation. Okay, they have the different sentences have the different lengths of the sentences have their own importance. Okay, as we said that in one paragraph, if you have the same similar length of the sentences, all the sentences are of the same length, like the average number of words is same in every sentence, that creates a rhythm in understanding the sentence. But if you have variety of lengths in one sentence within a paragraph, okay, in the sentences within a paragraph, like one sentence is consisted of if one sentence contains 5 words, the other one 12 words, the third one 7 words, the fourth one 16 words, okay, that also, like, the longer sentences provide you more importance, more explanation, and they focus more on the topic, they emphasize as well, okay, you will find that they are emphasizing more on some topic, okay, and so both things have their importances at their places, both of them are right, but we will see this, okay, sentence lengths now. Look at this box on the right side of the page that is called remember. Okay, 1 minute before reading this, let me tell you that the punctuation marks are very, very important things. Remember, you are supposed to put full stop. Full stop is also known as period. So use full stop. Always use full stop at the end of the sentence. Whenever you think that you have finished the sentence, you are supposed to put or use a full stop at the end, because full stop marks the end of the sentence. If you don't use the full stop, you are not clear about the end of the sentence. You mix up two sentences, and that cannot clarify the meanings of the sentences. So it creates an ambiguity when you don't use the full stop, full stops. Okay, so full stop is compulsory, and I have seen some students doing this, not using full stop at sometimes. It is very, very important to use the full stop at the end of the sentence. Whenever you think that you have ended the sentence, you have ended the sentence, use the full stop. Okay, one punctuation mark is full stop, which I told you. But if the sentence is in question shape, if you think that the sentence is not a simple statement or a simple sentence, rather it is a question, you have to use a question mark instead of the full stop. So make sure that you are getting me. Okay? In front, at the end of a simple statement or a simple sentence, you are supposed to put full stop. But if the sentence is in shape of a question, if you have a question in it, you will use a question mark after that at the end of the sentence. Okay? This is the second punctuation mark. The third one is sign of exclamation. There are three punctuation marks which are used at the end of the sentence. I told you the first one is full stop when you have the simple sentence or the simple statement. The second one, second punctuation mark, which tells us that this is the end of the sentence, is question mark. When you have question mark, that is used also to end the sentence, but which sentence? Which has a question in it, which is in shape of a question. And the third one is the exclamation mark. Exclamation mark is usually, like, you know it, that we use it in front of at after a single word. It can also be used after a single word, but sometimes it is used, or mostly it is used at the end of the sentence. Okay, when you think the whole sentence is not a simple statement, or not a simple question, or not a question, there is no question in it, but the sentence is revealing or explaining or expressing your feelings or emotions. For example, when you are angry, when someone is talking angrily, when someone is ordering, when someone is requesting, okay, or advice, suggestion, these things, if you find these things, you use the sign of exclamation at the end of the sentence. Okay, for example, when someone asks you, shut the door, this is an order. You will use sign of exclamation. If someone says, shut the door, please, now, just because of this word please, it has become a request. So you will use the sign of exclamation always after that. Okay, and like some words which reveal our emotions or feelings are also, we also use a sign of exclamation right after them. For example, the word wow. Whenever you see something amazing, automatically you say wow. Okay, in writing, when you
Sir,
write the word wow, you use sign of exclamation after that. Yes, Mubashir.
sir, sir, in normal writings, in like books, if you see, sir, if there's two people talking, what they normally do is they use these two commas like on top of the things they're saying. So
That
like
is called speech marks. That is
yeah,
another
speech marks.
punctuation.
Speech marks. Yes, sir. So, like when I'm reading like a story, like a two-person story, when two people are having a conversation. So, like, well, sometimes some books they only put it on specific words they say, sentences they say, but some books they put it on everything they say. Like
Yeah,
what should
yeah. It depends on the writer. Let me tell you. Look, uh, uh, like till some years before, okay, uh, it's like 7 or 10 years before. Only two speech marks. One at the two at the start and two at the end. Two to open the conversation and two to close the conversation were used. Okay, but in American English, and it is being happened now commonly, that instead of using two marks at the start and two at the end, two to open and two to close the speech mark to close the speech, they have replaced two with one, like one is also used. Okay, but that is another thing. I'm telling you that there are three punctuation marks which are marking the end of the sentence, which tell us that this is the end of the sentence. Okay, because we are talking about the length of the sentence. Okay, so full stop, question mark, and sometimes the sign of exclamation tells us that this is the end of the sentence. And let me tell you one thing: if you should not be using sign of exclamation frequently. Okay, use like at few places use the sign of exclamation. If you think that you have
And
used
sir, I've seen some people like they don't even use the sentence like a period at the end. Like they just write the whole paragraph and then they put the period.
exactly that's what I said before, that I have seen even in our school. I have seen many students doing this. Okay, and it's very important to use the full stop at the end of the sentence always. This is very important, otherwise you mix up the meanings of the sentences, and you mix up the things, so and it becomes very difficult to understand the meanings. Okay, then you lose the marks. So to use a full stop at the end of the sentence is very important. Okay, okay, now we have only 3 minutes, but anyways, let us see what do we have in this box called remember. It is talking about the exclamation mark, I think. An exclamation mark makes a phrase or a short sentence stand out. You usually use it in phrases such as how silly I am. How silly I am. It has a shape of the question, but this is not a question. Okay? For example, what a beautiful shot, or what a beautiful scene. What a beautiful scene is not a question. Rather, the sense of this sentence or the context of the sentence is telling us that this is information. This sentence is not asking anything, rather it is providing the information. Okay, so whenever you find such kind of statements, find get you should at once get that this is uh, information rather than any question. Okay, and he says, and more freely in dialogue when people are speaking. Okay, don't use it at the end of a long factual sentence, and don't use it too often. Two things he's talking about: the exclamation mark at the end of this one, this information. He says the first thing he says that don't use the sign of exclamation at the end of a factual or a very long sentence. Okay, keep it, use it at the end of a short sentence. The second thing, don't use it oftenly. Okay, Now, the time is up, so we will stop this over here, and we'll read this information about the sentence length tomorrow. I'm stopping the recording.